Welcome to a little corner of consciousness, where we embark on this journey of consciousness expansion together, one coherent step at a time. On a little corner of consciousness, we explore coherence, expansion, and frequency as we move deeper into our wholeness together. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Welcome to the show. Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. I'm your host, Stephanie Ablett. Welcome back. I had a little break last week. And I want to talk about resistance. Good old resistance. I talked a bit about resistance early on, about moving through the discomfort when you start something new and you're very excited about it, and then all of a sudden you take that chance on yourself, you commit to something, and it becomes full of resistance, right? And now that I am on the 30th episode of this podcast, I'm starting to question more, what am I going to say? What am I going to share? What is going to go over well? You just start thinking more instead of expressing more, right? And resistance is such an interesting thing, and it is something that happens to all of us through various seasons in our life, through various new changes. And it's something that I think we judge harshly when it can be something that can be playfully investigated. So take, for example, this podcast. Why am I resistant to recording more episodes? And it's because I am looking too closely for outcomes. I am in the process, in the outcomes of the process more than the process itself. I am looking to make this into something instead of something that was fueling the passion to share, to not care what came out, to just express and share what was coming through, and to let it be what it was. And all of a sudden it started to turn into outcome, into results, where I was looking to make it into something that maybe it's not. Or I was looking to find better results than I was getting, right? But when something is a piece of your heart, when something is meant to be shared through you, it's not about the results in the beginning. It's about what you get to move through the process. It's about who you get to become by staying the course. So what might be building resistance in you right now? Where are you feeling resistance in your life? And can you take time to investigate it and allow yourself to be okay with that resistance? Can you see that resistance is an excellent sign that you are pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone? That you are actually on the precipice of change because you are building resistance to the known in your life, to the regular old everyday, to something new that is asking you to step up and try something new. Can you let resistance begin to shape you in a way Can you allow resistance to lead you to something better and greater for yourself? And I'm not saying that there is a better you or a greater you. Let's just say it's expansion. It's opening. It's an invitation to broaden the lens of experience in your life. Not to make you better or not to make you better, but to allow you to expand and broaden your depth of perception and width of experience. There's a part of me that really dislikes resistance and really wants to just give into it and not choose the new thing. There's a part of me that just wants to stay comfortable and just wants to stay the same because it's easy or it's known and it just requires less of me. And then there's the 99% rest of me who does not like to stay the same, does not like to not push herself to something new, who never wants to stay the same. I've been listening to a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza lately, as I always am. He is always talking about getting yourself out of the known, getting into the unknown to change your life, to begin to feel what it feels like to be where you'd like to be in the life that you would like to have. Because none of us, most of us, are not actually comfortable where we are. We're not actually living our soul's highest purpose. We're not actually pushing ourselves to our true limitlessness. We are living a dumbed down version of ourselves, a dulled version of ourselves. But we literally have endless potential. And we live in a universe within a quantum field that is all potential. So what are we so resistant to? If we are limitless beings in a limitless universe and we get pushed aside because we don't want to record a podcast episode. And it is relatable to anything, right? When you want to start a new creative project. I used to do a lot of painting. I've done a lot of arts in my life. I went to the Nova Scotia College of Art and Design, and I did painting and photography and weaving and all of these things. And it used to frustrate the shit out of me when you would have a project or you would have an idea and you start it and it doesn't look anything like what you are envisioning. And you have to push yourself out of this resistance, this friction within yourself between what you're trying to create and what you're envisioning. And once you get out of your own way and lean into the process, you start to create something that is better than what you had envisioned, because you are letting something that is greater than you move through you. That's flow. That's always what happens when you just get out of the way, let resistance melt, and do the thing anyways. So really, I just wanted to make this podcast to let you know that resistance is okay. to let you know that pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone can be something fantastic, and that we can just befriend resistance. I'm pretty sure the author Stephen Pressfield has fantastic books about resistance and befriending resistance, because as a creator, you have to walk hand in hand with resistance to really create what you are envisioning and what you're meant to create, because you're going to come up against resistance. And can you lean into it and do it anyways? Can you get out of your own way? Because resistance is built around ideology, perspectives, beliefs that you have about yourself, not about what it is that you're creating. And so if we can get out of our own way, get out of our own head, and get into the process of whatever we're creating, flow state happens. And we can create what was meant to be created in that moment. And sometimes maybe it's the thing that we're creating. Sometimes maybe it's a lesson. Sometimes maybe it's a connection, depending on what it is. But it will still be magnificent if we can just get out of our own way. So what have you been resisting? What needs to move through you? What needs to be created through you right now that you could act on and enjoy the process of? And can you befriend resistance and let yourself do the thing anyways? Can you get the preconceived ideas you have about what it's meant to be out of your head? Can you leave results out of the process? Can you just let yourself have a raw creation, have fun, enjoy, experience? These are the things that life is made of. Real life force. Can you let yourself have that and just let it be what it is? Be present with it, lean into it, and let it move through you. We're never actually the creator of anything anyways, right? We are just the form that is moving energy through us into creation. So don't make it about you. Make it about expression, creation, experience, and fun. And I hope that you can listen to this and choose to take action on whatever it was that was causing you resistance. Just do it. Just lean into it. Take that first few steps, because it's always more than one. Take those first few steps, stumble a little bit, and keep going. Let the resistance melt, lean into the process, lean into the fun, and see what happens. I hope that it creates something wonderful, whether that's something manifested, something molded out of you, or just an experience. All are worthwhile. All right, and look at that. Somehow I created an episode. Somehow it happened. And I hope that something within this was what you needed to hear. Because we're all connected, and whatever needed to move through me may have been meant for you. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if this is what you needed to hear and how you took the step to let yourself have fun, create, stretch, flow, and explore. I am sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next episode. Hello, lovely listeners. Thank you so much for giving your time and energy to this episode of A Little Corner of Consciousness. Now that you have received this transmission, give yourself time to ground it in. Allow it to land in your body and to move through your body. Let the energy move through your centers to your root and down into the earth. Bring it all the way down into the center of the earth and let the transmission become grounded, rooted, and embodied. And if you enjoyed this episode, please share. Please leave a review. Please download, follow the show. Help me to reach more individuals. And if you'd like to learn more about my work, visit stephanieablett.com. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time.